concept of regional cooperation and Saarc. यो हाम्रो आजको टपिक रहेको छ रिजनल कोअपरेसन एन्ड सार्कको हाम्रो क्षेत्रीय संगठन कसरी बनाउने, क्षेत्रीय कोअपरेसन कसरी गर्ने र सार्क कन्सेप्ट के रहेको छ भन्ने कुराहरू रहेको छ. द कन्सेप्ट अफ द रिजनल कोअपरेसन came into the fore for the common causes of the development. विकास सँगसँगै यो के त भन्दाखेरि रिजनलको एउटा कन्सेप्ट अगाडि आएको, पोभर्टी एलिभेसन, गरिबीको अन्त्य गर्ने, पिस एन्ड एमिटी विथिन द रिजन. यो क्षेत्रीयतामा चाहिँ के त भन्दाखेरि शान्ति कायम गर्ने उद्देश्यले आएको. टु गिभ द मोमेन्टम टु द रिजनल कोअपरेसन्स इन साउथ एसिया, यसलाई चाहिँ गतिशीलता दिनको निम्ति साउथ एसियामा सार्क वाज इस्टाब्लिस्ड इन 1985. सार्क चाहिँ 1985 मा स्थापना भयो. एज अ बुलवर्क्स टु इन्टिग्रेट इट्स द मेम्बर्स थ्रु द कमन्स इकोनोमिक एस्पिरेसन्स. यसको एउटा समग्र आर्थिक बाटोलाई अगाडि बढाउनको निम्ति, आर्थिक स्थितिलाई सुधार गर्नका निम्ति यो एउटा चाहिँ अगाडि आएको कन्सेप्ट हो. एन्ड द रिजनल rationales behind the Saarc and its emergence as one of the largest regional groupings having almost 2 billion populations spread to 8 countries in the regions, vindicated by the fact of the political, economic and strategic understanding of the member countries. यहाँ करिब 2 बिलियन मानिसहरू यो 8वटा देशहरूमा फैलिएका छन् र यसको चाहिँ के छ त भन्दाखेरि राजनीतिक, आर्थिक र रणनीतिक महत्त्व बुझेका छन्. सार्क एन्ड एसियन्स वाज नट convinced as a platforms for the against and any security threat in these regions. सार्क र एसियनमा कुनै त्यस्तो खालको सेक्युरिटी थ्रेट, सुरक्षा चुनौतीहरू छैन. It however is a result of the long held and reached goals of bringing members nations to unified objectives of the eradications of the poverty, injustice, backwardness of the large portions of the peoples and trafficking of the women and children. It should be noted, however, that except a few countries, the Saarc nations were credulous of the British colonialism and the puncturings of their responses, resulting into the unreal society, injustice and the trending poverties. Saarc, therefore, as a regional cooperation should be viewed as a regeneration of this formerly colonized or semi-colonized state of their due right and standing the old forms. Equally important factors for the establishment of Saarc has been the inherent interest of the small members nations of the regions, which have founded themselves left behind by the strong side of the globalization, scientific advancements and the rise of the neo-capitalisms. These small nations realized that their socialisms inclines the economy would be unable to compete with the global source of the liberalizations and the market economic trends. Looking for the competitive trends regimes in the regions to bolster the intra-Saarc trade, they have agreed on the SAFTA and the SAFTA based on the concept of the regional cooperations. Saarc is the home to vary the geographical size from India to Maldives, demographically multi-religions, multi-ethnic, multicultural combinations, commonalities in the foods, fats and fashions and other innumerable aspects of the South Asia behind the peoples of the region. This very common grounds has been the platforms for the intentions of the regionalisms in the South Asia. The underlying objectives of the Saarc were to maintain the friendship, cooperations and harmonies among the member states. However, so-called war against the terrorism is going on in Afghanistan, one of the member states. Similarly, Pakistan, under other members of it grappings with the target from terrorism. India likewise has its boast of the terrorism every now and then, despite transforming itself into the global economic force. Nepal is finding its road to political stability to establish the perennial peace. Bangladesh is wanging war against the rising Islamic militaries. Bhutan, on the other hand, has been in international securities for its policy of the ethnic cleansings against the Nepali origins peoples in the southern Bhutan. Maldives has been threatened to becomes dot on the map of the world with ongoing negligent attitudes towards global warming and climate change. All Saarc states thus face a number of the intrinsic problems, peace and security that creates the hindrance in the provisions and common goals. Despite the challenges of the combating the poverty and combating corruption, checking religious roots and the terrorist activities, turning South Asia into the region of the peace, harmony and development, and creating them team spirit. Saarc objectives and aims have led to in tight successions of the measures to set the regional cooperations in the motions. Regional integrated programs of the actions is a case in the point. The areas of the cooperation under it included agriculture and rural developments, communication and transport, special social developments, environment, meteorology and first human resources developments and energy. Peoples to peoples contacts have been important aspects of the developments of these regions. Increase the involvement of the peoples in the necessary for ensuring the success of the regional cooperation in these regards. Seasonal Saarc trade fairs, cultural exchanges programs, South Asian Games and SA are the common forum of interacting to each other on the people's levels. Saarc on the one hand has an opportunity to materialize the concept of the regional cooperation. On the other hand, it has problems to abounded. Lack of the mutual confidence in the between the India and Pakistan is a sobering issue as a poverty-prone areas with the sluggish economic growth, the lack of the necessary capitals and technology in order to transform the economy of the regions is still another concern of the Saarc. Devoid of the data banks, intellectuals, capitals, and strong bureaucracy have crippled the Saarc into centralists of the region in the respect of the economics and strategic importance. Crypto has given way to regards its minutes. India is not Saarc. These problems have hindered the regional cooperation in the South Asia significantly, struggling to promote its permanent necessities for the regional cooperations. The principal goals taken by the Saarc is behind the criticism, promotion of the welfare of the peoples of the South Asia, improvements in their quality of lives, acceleration to economic growth, social progress and cultural developments are price-worthy goals that deserves the mentions. The other objectives include the promoting and strengthening the collective self-resilience among the members countries, understanding and appreciation of the one another's problems, strengthens the cooperation among themselves in international forums, and also cooperating with the international and regional organizations with similar aims and objectives. The need is to fully implement them by regional corporations. Saarc has emerged for the regional cooperation in the South Asia. Saarc therefore must focus on core economic areas of the trade and investments to stimulate the sustained economic growth and developments in the regions, harmonizations of the policies and standards, facilitations of trade and trade-related investment need to accentuated actions. South Asia has the largest concentrations of the poor people in the world, so poverty needs to be addressed with the combined efforts to pave the way for accelerated economic growth and development. Similarly, its members must come out of the cocoons of the traditional rivalries and join hands for the mutual benefit. It is noteworthy to mention here that global economic powers like the Japan, European Union, USA, China, and South Korea have associated with the Saarc as observers. This indicates that Saarc is being recognized with the outside world as It involves the possibilities with the delegations of the regional country centers such as the tuberculosis in the Kathmandu coastal zones, management in the Mali and disaster management centers in New Delhi, Saarc Forestry Center in the Colombo and the like the Saarc and has the nurtures the concept of the regional cooperations beside the organizing the Saarc summit in the presence of the executives head of the state. The regular meetings of the joint secretaries of the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs programming committees, the meetings of the foreign secretaries standing committees and the meetings of the ministries under the councils of the ministers have implemented the regional cooperation in the purveyance of the Saarc. Thus, Saarc has truly nurtured the concept of the regional cooperations for more than 3 decades.